Hello YouTube, it's Lane here with Hobbies and Man once again, and today we are doing another haul video. Today we're doing the haul for September, the haul video for September. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't really buy that much manga this month. I did focus a lot on comic books this month for a variety of reasons, most of them being that I just didn't sell any manga this month, so I didn't really have any manga money to spend. So what I was doing was just using money I had from other avenues and using it for comic books. Plus, comic books come out like every week basically, and the manga that I'm interested in don't come out that often. And right now it's just not a great time for buying secondhand manga because scalpers and idiot people that don't understand how to resell used things just having ridiculous prices. So I've really just been shunting all of my money for hobbies into comic books this month. So I don't really have too much manga wise, but I do have a few things. So I'll show you guys that, and then we'll talk about all of the non-manga stuff afterwards because I did get a lot of stuff this month. So let's get into it. This is the manga section first. Feel free to leave after this. So yeah. Okay, the first thing I got was Mashle Volume 2. Mashle is a series I read up to chapter 50, and then I decided I wanted to wait for the physical editions in order to read it, so I'm collecting the physical editions now. And this is Volume 2. It has a beautiful blue teal cover. I don't know what to call it, but it's a very, very nice color. I like it a lot. It goes really nicely with that brown from the first volume, and I'm really excited to read it. I think this is going to be something I read in October. I'm not really sure what the monthly thing for October is because I want to do a bunch of stuff. I want to do generally magic and horror and also kind of just like vaguely aesthetically scary things like gothic stuff and like steampunk and urban fantasy, you know, everything kind of like that. And so I'm not really sure what the vibe for the channel is going to be for October, but I probably will read this in October, whether it's part of the theme or as something to review on a Saturday when I'm not really doing the thematic videos. But yeah, really excited to get into it. I really, really like this cover. I like how it matches the character. So yeah, let's go with it. And yeah, that's basically it. Then I got a bunch of stuff from Mexico. Panini Manga was having a 25% discount sale on the second week of September, the third week of September, I think, because it was Mexican Independence Day. So it was like when they became independent from Spain, and that's September 16th, but they had a whole week of discounts. So I bought a bunch of stuff, and you guys can see it right here. I don't actually have it with me because it arrived to my grandma's house in Mexico because they don't ship internationally. So I'll end up picking it up in December, but I did get some good manga there. I got Mary Grave Volumes 1 through 5, which is a complete series, not available in English, but it is kind of interesting. Apparently it's really well liked, even though it was canceled, at least in Latin America. So yeah, and I also got Origins Volume 3 and 4 because Origin is just a really cool manga series and it's written by Boichi, and I hope to finish collecting the whole series by the end of the year. But I don't know if I'll actually be able to buy the other 6 volumes before the end of the year, so hopefully I will be able to, but who knows. Next, I bought World's End Harem. So I only got this, I mean, because I'm interested in the series, right, obviously, but I also basically got this because I was at a comic book shop and I saw that they have Volume 1, and I've never been able to find Volume 1 in a physical store in the 2 years that I've been doing manga hauls and kind of stuff on YouTube, right? So I saw it, I immediately was like, no, I want to grab this because I might not ever be able to find it in a physical store ever again. So I did, and I read the first chapter. I actually quite liked it. I think it's really good. I mean, not just because of the fan service that is obviously here, but because the story is actually kind of interesting. It's kind of like Why the Last Man, but horny because Japan, because manga. You know, it's like kind of interesting, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. And the kind of reason why these guys survive is actually kind of interesting. So I think that's very kind of compelling. The mystery of why the stuff that happened is kind of really interesting beyond the fact that, you know, there's a shit ton of fan service. So yeah, Worlds in Harem. Then I got this sent to me by Moonco. It's called A World Without God. I don't really know what it's about. They just told me, hey, we have a new book. Do you want it? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And here we are. So let's read what it says on the back. It says, Angels Unveiled. After being forced to go on a supernatural search for angels, Takeya encounters a series of particular events that change his life forever. Together, he and the cute and whimsical Ayumi scour for clues as to who or what may be creating the catastrophic events plaguing their small, snow-laden town. When they uncover secrets hidden in plain sight, the two students realize that the world as they know it may come to an end. Will a miracle save them, or will this winter be the last one they ever see? Now, that actually sounds really interesting. I'm not really sure if it's like a supernatural, like, mystery series, or if it's more like Haruhi Suzumiya, or something in between, or whatever, but it does look interesting. The cover is black and white and in color, obviously. And it's by Trite Hexagon. That's a kind of funny name. And art by NIAC or NIAC. And the art looks pretty good. So there you go. That's A World Without God. Interesting story. I'm kind of excited to get into that. Don't know when I'll get to read it, but obviously because it's Moonco, I do try to review within the next 2 months after receiving the book. And the last thing I got, manga-wise, is Eden Zero Volume 12. Now, holy crap, dude, this is like my favorite cover so far. I love that it's a gray color. We don't really see that in a lot of manga. And just the image on it is badass. Shiki going crazy with his overdrive, I think that's what it's called. Just looks badass as fuck, dude. Like, holy crap. It's just so cool. I really wish we had some color pages, but they only do that for the first volume. But yeah, man, it looks really, really good. This is going to continue and I think finish up the Belial Gore arc, which is when they fight Dragon Joe. And this is really interesting. I'm really excited about this. So yeah, there you go. That's Eden Zero Volume 12. God, Shiki looks so badass, man. He's so demonic, so badass, so interesting. I just like it a lot. And I love this kind of like, what's it called? Like sci-fi track thing on his skin. It's very, very interesting. So yeah, that's all I got manga and light novel wise this month. Not very much, honestly. I mean, it would have been a lot more if I had the stuff I bought from Mexico, but I won't be able to get that until December. So that's it for that. Now I'm gonna talk about all of these stuff that I bought from comic books. I'm gonna just show you them really quickly, not really talk about too much about them. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay. So these are all of the ones that I've already read and that I picked up a while ago. So here's Dark Ages issue 1, Grimlock issue 2, Transformers King Grimlock, Moon Knight issue 1. This is the reprinting, that's why it's a different color. I think the original Moon Knight issue is green and with the text. Red Sonja issue 1 by Mirka Andolfo. Really good stuff. Mirka Andolfo is quickly becoming one of my favorite comic book writers, artists. Mirka Andolfo's Sweet Paprika issue 2. I also bought issue 3 recently. Spider-Man's or Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads. This is pretty fun. It's Black Cat, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange all in a book together. And they're kind of going all over the place, kind of trying to deal with these wacky, zany adventures that are caused by this lady called the Norn. Then Titans United, issue 1. This one was pretty good. I like the art a lot, and Teen Titans were one of my favorite cartoons, and my sister really likes the Titans TV show, so I was like, oh, I'll pick it up, and I did really like it, so I'm going to continue to read this. Vampiverse, which is a Vampirella kind of multiverse kind of thing. It's kind of interesting. I like the first issue. I don't really know too much about Vampirella, but this is kind of a good introduction nonetheless. Like, I didn't really feel lost at all. And the art is pretty good as well, so I can't wait for issue 2. Then Eternals Thanos Rising. I did a comic books by the issue on this one. You guys can see right there. And then I got 2 Batman freebies. This is a freebie of Batman the World, which is this kind of like international art show-off thing where like they got like 12 different countries to get a team of artists to create a Batman story. And I didn't really think that was like this was a good way to entice me to buy the book, but I do want to buy the book because I really am interested to see the Korean one, the Japanese one, and the Mexican one. Also, the American one just looks really badass. The art in it is really good. Here is a 0 Point. Now, this one was actually really good at enticing me to get this, but because it's about Fortnite, I don't really want to read it. But it's actually quite interesting. This was also a freebie on Batman Day, which was a few weeks ago. Then I got Winter Guard issue 1. This is basically like Russian Soviet Avengers. It's pretty good. I like the art in it a lot. It was actually really, really nice. And the Winter Guard team was actually pretty interesting. There's Death of Doctor Strange. It was a pretty good one. I'm not really sure why they're doing a Death of Doctor Strange event before they do the Multiverse of Madness movie. It doesn't really make sense. I mean, most of these things kind of work in tandem. Like, it's cross-promotional, right? And the comic books don't really have to do with the movies, but it's just weird to do this because it's like, okay, well, you just kind of spoiled that Doctor Strange is probably going to die, but how do you make that work, right? But I mean, no one's really ever dead in comic books, so it doesn't really matter. King Spawn issue 2. This one was pretty interesting. It kind of wasn't as badass as issue 1, but I mean, it's kind of like a transitionary issue, so it's between story elements, but it wasn't too bad. And Moon Knight 3, I actually wasn't able to read this because I hadn't been able to buy Moon Knight 2, but I rectified that because there was a new printing of it. So yeah, there you go, that's Moon Knight 3. And then that's everything that I've bought and previously read in the last couple weeks. Then last night, I bought Batman City of Owls, which is Batman New 52 issue 2, which is pretty nice. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo do a great job with this. I'm really excited to get into this. I think I've read this one before because I did borrow a lot of my friends' Batman comics growing up, and I'm pretty sure the New 52 was one I really enjoyed. But yeah, that's it for that. Now let's talk about all the comic books that I bought today. So today is September 29th, and I'm recording this right before uploading it. So I'll show you what I bought today, earlier this morning. So first of all, I got Mirka Andolfo Sweet Paprika Volume 3, or Issue 3. And these aren't in boards yet because I haven't read them. So there's no point in putting them there just yet. So here's Issue 3. Mirka Andolfo's art style is great. I really love how Sweet Paprika looks. She's just really cute, but also really just like very attractive. I don't know. And then we have Symbiote Spider-Man 3, issue 3. This one was supposed to be out last week, but my local comic book store didn't get it because the distribution problems that are happening due to Marvel just not being under Diamond anymore, so that's pretty interesting. It kind of sucked, but yeah. And then here is Darkhold issue 1. This is the only one that they had today. Again, apparently they had distribution issues, so I'll probably end up reselling this one and buying the one I really like, which is the Doctor Doom version or the Scarlet version, where it's like the same pose as Doctor Doom. I just think those look better, but this is Darkhold Alpha, which is pretty interesting. I really like the way she looks. It's really nice. Then I got Deathstroke Inc. issue 1. Deathstroke is a really interesting bad guy or villain character. I like them in Teen Titans, I like them in Arrow, and I want to read more stuff about him, so I picked that up. But then I got Moon Knight issue 2. Sorry, I wanted to say 3 and 2 at the same time, but this is issue 2. And this is the reprinting, that's why it's a different kind of color. I think the original one was yellow, if I remember correctly. Here's Darkhawk issue 2. I hope that that's Miles Morales and that he shows up. That would be pretty badass, but I'm not really sure. But Darkhawk It's pretty interesting, pretty cool. It was a little melodramatic. It was basically like Power Rangers meets Glee last issue, but I'm not against that. I thought it was pretty interesting. So there you go. That's issue 2. And the last thing I got was Winter Guard issue 2 as well. So there you go. That's everything I've bought this month. Oh, I also bought a volume of Shang-Chi. I watched the movie and I really, really liked it. And so I was like, okay, let me just buy some volumes of Shang-Chi. But most of Shang-Chi's comic books are really old and kind of racist. So I didn't buy any of those. I bought like the modern Shang-Chi volume 1 by Kyung Leung, I think is their name. I can't remember who the artists were, but it's like the same group that's working on the currently serializing Shang-Chi versus the Marvel Universe kind of run. So yeah, I'm hoping to read that. I picked that up digitally because it was only $3 that they had picked it up. So I mean, I wasn't gonna complain about that. But yeah, I think that's everything I bought this month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Drop some recommendations for comic books or manga or anything you guys read down below, because I'm not really out of reading material, but I do really want to kind of get into things that I might not have read before. So let me know down in the comments. And if you guys have some horror manga recs, let me know so I can try to pick those up for October. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, like I said, and see you guys later.